What's the crack, boys? So I just got back from an €11 million villa in Marbella. I wasn't actually staying there, but I did spend the whole day there inside one of the craziest masterminds I've ever been a part of. It was actually Rob Lipsett and Adam Powered Mastermind. They do it every year. This was crazy. We're talking Lambos in the car park, 5k dinners, 8-figure founders, some of the deepest mind shifts I've ever had. I filmed the whole thing. The footage is a mess, but I'm going to walk through exactly what happened. I'm going to talk you through it day by day and what I've learned from the absolute killers at this €11 million villa. That's already changed how I run my business. Let's get into it. So day one, I started off with a bit of a quick vlog. Out the door, was packed, high energy, linked up with 3 of the lads from Adam Power's accelerator at the airport. Even before we actually boarded, we were into deep business talking about funnels, niches, offer ideas, just literally full strategy mode. Then we landed in Marbella, we picked up the car and basically just went straight to our apartment. So after a quick little apartment tour, we basically just kind of hit the streets. We just went for a walk around Marbella. We soaked in the kind of luxury vibes and all that. Ferraris everywhere, yachts docked. It's just normal over there. I like Marbella, but you could just feel it. This week was just going to be something different, So we actually had an early enough night. We literally didn't do much. We just kind of went around Marbella and then we kind of went back to the apartment, got ready for day 2. So day 2, which was actually kind of day 1 in Marbella, we did a bit of co-working and we went to the gym. So I started off, did a bit of a vlog before leaving the apartment. Energy was high. So we took the car to the Real Paddle Club, parked down the road, and then when we actually got to the car park, it was mad. It was like a showroom. The cars are just unbelievable. This place is absolutely, I don't know if you've been there, but it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. So we just walked into the gym, checked the whole place out, literally got a little cheeky gym session in, and then we were just locked in, fully focused and in the zone for the rest of the day, co-working. So after the gym session, then we met up with everyone from Adam Power's community, Powered University. We literally just spent the whole day networking. It was literally just a co-work. We were bouncing ideas off each other, talked through offers, delivery systems, future moves, what we were going to try to take away from the event, who we were looking forward to speaking, just absolutely everything. It was unreal. So then we moved on to day 3, and day 3 was literally we were going to spend the whole day just at the apartment, locked in, doing work, nothing else. Opened my computer. Then I turned to Luke and I said, Luke, what are them things? And they were actually Zens. I've kind of heard of them, but I didn't know what they were or anything. And he was putting them in his mouth. And he was like, oh, they're unreal. You put them in, you just get fucking locked in, and you're really focused on work. And I was like, I don't smoke or anything, so I was like, do you know what? I'll give it a go, So I took one anyway, and this is actually on film as well, which is hilarious. Popped one in, and I think, looking at the footage, it was in there for about 2 minutes when I realised, number 1, my throat was burning, and number 2, I was just spaced out of it. My head was starting to spin. I was absolutely fucked, and I don't know what happened. I was just, whether it was like a nicotine overdose or what, but I ended up actually just absolutely out of it. My head started spinning. I ended up having to run to the toilet, ended up puking everywhere, and then I just literally had to go to bed for the rest of the night. That was probably about, I'd say, 1 o'clock, and then I'd say it was probably like 9 o'clock by the time I woke up, and I literally just went for something to eat and then just went to bed. It was mad, so that was literally a complete waste of a day. I lost a whole day of work. I was absolutely, oh my god, never again. Why people do those things, I do not know. So day 4, this was the VIP master event at Rob Lipsett's house. And then we were going off to dinner in Mosh. Absolutely unbelievable. So I vlogged actually just before I left, and I went up to Sean and Matthew. So I met up with him, and then we jumped in the car and we headed to Rob Lipsett's villa. So when I walked in straight away, I was greeted by Rob Lipsett, Liam Ottley, Darren Lee, and it was just an unbelievable evening. We literally got to meet some of the best business people in the space. Then Rob and Adam kind of opened with a talk just to set the tone of the evening. It wasn't about flexing. They said it was just about raising your standards by being in the right rooms, and that's completely what it was. It literally was just like being around the best entrepreneurs and business people in all of Europe and the world. Then we headed over to Mosh for a VIP dinner. What a place, unbelievable. The food was unbelievable. I have a couple of clips of that. The vibe was classy. There was a DJ, there was dancers. It was just absolutely unbelievable. And you could see even after the dinner, the lights dropped down and then it turned into a nightclub basically, and it was just absolutely unreal. So we actually headed home early enough. It wasn't a crazy night, unless you're Rob Lipsett. He kind of went heavy enough. So that's why we pushed the mastermind back an hour. It was meant to be 9 a.m, but we pushed it back to 10 a.m just to suit people. So day 5, this was actually the mastermind day. This is the day that everyone was just waiting for. We pulled up to this 11 million euro villa, and I instantly knew that today was going to be something special. This villa was literally built for billionaires. It's something else. Like, the speaker lineup was unbelievable, and each talk, like, you took something away from it. I'll break down what I learned in a second, but just being in that environment, it forces you to think differently. If everyone else in the room can do it, then you can do it too. At one stage, I was actually talking to an 8-figure entrepreneur who owns a software company that literally everyone in the whole room used. He seemed genuinely interested in what I was doing, what I was about, and that made me realize that you have to stay curious, see what's going around, actually talk to everyone. And one of the funniest things about that conversation was that 8-figure entrepreneur who probably does between 5 and 7 million euros a month. He said to me, "Oh, your business sounds like it's tougher to run than mine." This literally blew my mind. Like, he just has his systems so dialed in. His business was easy to run. Now, obviously shit goes wrong and stuff, but he was just saying that my business sounded more stressful than his. Then after all the speakers, there was a little after party. It was just literally good music, fun, good conversations with all the speakers and everyone in there. This is probably one of the best days I've had in business though. I learned so much. So a little bit about the speaker recap and what I actually learned, takeaways, all that. So first we had Chris Spearman. He's actually a LinkedIn sales guru, former high-ticket sales coach, and he basically coaches sales teams all over the world. And one of the things that I took away from Chris's talk is that he said, if you don't know where you're going, a map is useless. That actually hit hard with me. So I actually sat down that night, made a note of it, and wrote out my actual dream day. He also mentioned burning the boats, no plan B. And that little mindset shift actually changes kind of what you do and how you move. The next speaker was Darren Lee, and Darren Lee is just the GOAT of content, to be honest. Like, he runs a podcast agency called Voix, and one of the main things that he spoke about was that your content doesn't actually make you money, your systems do. And he also said that every problem is a bottleneck in lead gen, sales, or delivery. And he said posting more won't fix it. He said fixing the systems will. And this also hit hard because I've been regularly posting now, but there's no real kind of overview or there's no real master plan. One of my favorite talks next was Arsalan. He actually runs an agency that's been active for about 9 years, specializes in e-commerce brands, and he's helped generate over 3 billion in revenue for his clients. Arsalan talked about the different levels of an agency. He kind of said that scaling isn't about doing more, it's about thinking bigger. He broke down that if you're stuck at 10k a month, it's not your product, it's actually your focus. So the main thing I took away from Arsalan's talk was actually his affirmations. He says a couple of times a week, he actually goes to a park, sits down, and says a little song in his head. I can't remember the exact song, but it was something along the lines of, my name is Arsalan, I am blessed, my name is Arsalan, something like that. But just to see that someone at his level was actually doing affirmations and kind of, like, I won't say has limiting beliefs and stuff, but like he works on it so that he doesn't have them. So like this is great. Like, these are the biggest people in the space and this is what they're doing. So if they're all doing it, they couldn't be wrong. So another talk which was absolutely unbelievable was Liam Ottley. So Liam Ottley actually has a massive YouTube channel. No, he's got loads of things. He's got like a school community, massive school community. He's got like Morningside AI, which is basically a development company, an agency that helps people with systems and create AI automations. And he also has an accelerator that actually helps people start AI businesses as well. Like, he's just so knowledgeable in this space. Liam kind of started off saying that like AI isn't optional anymore, it's like a necessity. Like, everyone in business should be using it. Liam also talked about how business owners kind of like myself could actually use all this for like the fitness and coaching industries. He was talking about appointment setters, kind of auto outreach tools, back-end tools, AI generated avatars for content. So then we had Dan Thompson. Dan Thompson is an English lad from the Midlands, and he's a wealth manager or kind of a finance manager. He basically just taught us about finance and kind of what we should be doing with our money. Few takeaways that Dan said: that he keeps 3 to 6 months of cash and literally invests the rest. Everything else he invests. And it made me realize how much I hold on to money and how I should be investing. So then one of the other absolute amazing talks was actually Ebrahim Turner. So Ebrahim is actually a hypnotist, and what he unlocks is unbelievable. So he actually reframed limiting beliefs that I didn't even know I had. Non-tactical, just completely transformational. His talk was actually so good that Adam Power brought him onto our kind of weekly Wednesday calls. It's kind of crazy how it works. I don't even understand how it works. I'm not into the whole woo-woo shit at all. I really am not. But I'm just a changed person after what he said. I sent him a message, I thanked him so much, but I couldn't recommend actually reaching out to Ebrahim and actually trying to get to work with him, because he's so good. Like I said, I'm not into all that stuff, but it works, like, it absolutely works. It's crazy. So then we had one of the biggest speakers. It was actually Nils. Nils is a co-founder in Instantly, which is a cold email software. I could honestly say that nearly everyone in the room actually uses this software. It's just a key part of all of our businesses. So day 6 was like just a chill out day, just literally coming to an end, no hype, all focused, just did a bit of work. I went to the I.O. for the day, which is a little cafe that all the biggest business owners and entrepreneurs actually go to do a bit of work. It was actually really good. I had a sales call, and this is how good it is. So just finished up my sales call, didn't actually close the guy, turned to my right and I see Chris Spearman. Chris is one of the best sales guys, high ticket closers in all of the world. Has actually coached the biggest sales teams, worked on Jordan Belfort's sales team, and I went over to him. And I know Chris from years ago in Cork. Went over to him and asked him what I could have improved on the call. Went through it all with him. The guy gave me back a bit of gold. And that's it. Like, when you're just in these places around these people, you will literally level up in business. So if you ever wonder what actually happens at an 11 million euro villa mastermind in Marbella, it's not actually about the villa. As cheesy as it actually sounds, it's about who the mastermind actually brings together. These people were like builders, creators, operators, but like they were real grounded people and really open. And when you sit next to people who are doing 1 million, 10 million, even 100 million a year, you kind of realize that they're not special. They're just really, really focused. One of the biggest takeaways is just get around people who force you to think bigger. Like, go to these sort of events, go to these masterminds, get talking to people with 100 million a year revenue businesses, and I guarantee you, you will grow yourself. Your business will grow. Whether you join Powered University by Adam Power, whether you join The Game Plan by Rob Lipsett, whether you create your own community yourself, just get around the people who are actually leveling up and doing better. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. That was literally the Marbella Mastermind with Adam Power, Rob Lipsett. And if you want to subscribe, this is kind of your thing, then just, yeah, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. I suppose if you want to comment, do all that, and I'll probably see you in the next one.